Hello students, welcome to all of you Shiksha 360 CAP classes. As all of you are aware that basically only 2 months are left for the examination. So today basically we will start our MCQ discussion. First of all, we will start our MCQ discussion of the ABM. Today we will discuss chapter number 1. Today basically we have to discuss the chapter number 1, part 1. MCQ discussion of chapter number 1. Hope all of you have gone through the theory part. Even if you have any doubt, any query, we will discuss in detail all these points to be here. Clear? No need to worry regarding anything. So let's start our discussion. So the first question basically presents on your screens now. So a number calculated with the complete population. Clear? A number basically calculated with the complete population data and quantifies the characteristics of the population. It is called which of the following? Clear? So what they are asking here, basically, they are asking that is a number which we are going to calculate basically with the complete population data and quantifies the characteristics. Clear? And also it represents or quantifies the characteristics of the population. What it is to be called as a option number A, datum. Option number B, statistics. Option number C is population. Parameter. Option number D, it is to be population here. So please tell fast what will be the answer here. Datum, statist, parameter, population. So the correct answer here, that is to be a parameter. Clear? Option number C will be the correct answer. That is a parameter. Clear? So in general, basically, what is a parameter? Basically, it is a what they are mentioning here. Clear? So it is a numerical value. It is a basically a numerical value or function. Function or numerical value of what? Of the observations. It is a numerical value or function of the observations of the entire population basically being studied. Clear? Of the complete population, of the entire population. It is the same thing here. Clear? Of the entire population basically being to be studied here. Example of the parameter, example like population mean or population median or population standard deviation. All are these comes to be under the parameter here. Okay. So now move to the next point, or we can say that next question. A part of the population, please tell fast your answer also side by side. A part of the population, like we can say that this is the population complete. A part of the population basically selected for study, it is called. Clear? From that we will take one part. So like there are all our items to be available. And we are taking one part from it. That part it is to be called as a variable, data, sample, or parameter. Please tell fast. You will get these types of question also in the examination. Clear? As here we know that basically it seems like little bit easier from the same topic, but in the examination you will find difficulty as we have to cover all these points. Clear? So from all the data, we have taken some part. So that part it is to be known as the sample. Clear? That part is to be known as the sample. Like there is a boxes of shoes in a truck, and we have to check whether that shoes are fine or not. We are taking 10 to 15 boxes of the shoes from the truck and try to check that. Clear? If all are considered to be fine, so basically we will say that all are to be correct one. Clear? Or all are to be good one. Clear? Or all are tested. Okay. So in this way, that is to be the sample. We are checking the sample. Clear? So option number C will be the answer here. That is the sample. Now move to the next question. Question number 3 here. Dash defined statistics as the political science of many countries. Clear? This it is a totally theoretical based question. So who have defined the statistics as the political science? Clear. So it was first defined in the year 1749. Clear. 1749. Clear. It was first defined basically in the year 1749 and by the professor. Anyone remember? By the professor Ekinwell. Clear. So it was first defined. Statics was first defined by the professor Ekinwell in 1749 as the political science of many countries. Clear. So option number A will be the answer here. Clear. As the political science of many countries. Clear. So here option number A will be the correct answer. Now we have to move to the next question, question number 4. I will discuss that question in detail here. Clear. Question number 4, I will discuss that detail. So dash, it is to be known as, that is, relevant conclusions are drawn after the data is thoroughly analyzed. Clear. So dash, we can say that relevant conclusion we can draw. Clear. Relevant conclusion can be drawn after the data it's to be thoroughly analyzed. Clear. So statistical analytic. First of all, I will tell you here all the points. So statistical analysis of the data. Clear. Statistical analysis of the data comprised of 4 distinct phases. Clear. Comprised of 4 distinct phases here. So first phase, second phase, third phase, fourth phase. So what is the first phase? That is the collection of the data. Collection of the data. So first of all, what we have to do, collection of the data. Clear. That is, it is the first stage. In this stage, what we have to do, investigation, numerical data. It is to be collected from the different published or unpublished areas or sources. We can say that either that is to be primary or that is to be secondary. Clear. So in the collection of data, basically in this first stage of investigation, numerical data, basically it is to be collected from the different published or unpublished sources. That is to be considered either to be primary or to be secondary. That is to be comes under the collection of the data. And after the collection of the data, now next step what we have to do, that is we have to classify the data. Classification and tabulation of the data. Clear? First of all, we have to collect the data then. So under that classification, that is raw data. Raw data, it is to be collected to be represented properly, basically for the further classification. Like we can say that there are 20 items. Some are big, some are small. Clear? So in that we have collected. In this we have to classify, that is small, big, medium size. Clear? So the raw data, basically under the second part, the raw data basically is divided into different groups or classes and represented in the form of the table. Clear? And further they will represent in the form of the table here. Clear? So that is the second point here. And after the classification and tabulation of the data, we have to analysis the data. Analysis the data. So under that, basically, the data is to be analyzed basically using different formulas and methods according to the study purpose of the study or investigation. Clear? That is, we have to analyze the data. Fourth one, that is the interpretation. Clear? Interpretation, that is results, conclusions. So what will be the answer of this point? Interpretation of data. So interpretation of data basically means that this is the final stage. Clear? In this stage, relevant conclusions are to be drawn after the data. It is to be thoroughly analyzed. Clear? Relevant conclusion is to be drawn after the data. It is to be thoroughly analyzed here. So please tell fast what will be the answer of this question. Now I think I have discussed in detail all the points to be here. Now just you have to give the answer. That is option number D will be the correct answer here. Clear? Option number D will be the correct answer here. So now we have to go with the option number D, that is the interpretation of the data. Clear? Option number D, what it says, that the interpretation of the data. So please tell fast now. Are you able to understand this question in detail now? Because they are asking different types of the points from this question, and you have to be remember all these things. Clear? So whatever they will ask in the question, you are able to answer that thing. Clear? You are able to answer that thing. This is our main motive here. Now we have to move to the next question. So first stage or first phase of the statistical analysis of the data, I have already discussed with all of you now. So which of the following it is the first stage or first phase of statistical analysis of the data? Option number A, that is the collection of data. Option number B, that is the classification of the data. Option number C, that is the analysis of the data. Option number D, that is the interpretation of the data. Clear? So what will be the correct answer here? Correct answer, that is first phase of the statistical analysis of the data, which we have already discussed here, that is the collection of the data. Clear? So collection of the data. So option number A will be the answer. Clear? So kindly go with the option number A. This will be the answer here. Next, that is 2 to 3 questions are continuously based on that. So the raw data, clear here what they are saying, that the raw data basically it is divided into different groups or classes and represented in a form of table in this phase. Clear? So here what they are saying, that the raw data basically it is divided into the different groups or classes and represented in a form of table. Clear? That is, we are classifying the data here, or what we are doing, trying to doing here, that is classification of the data here. So what it will be done under which stage? Second stage, that is the classification of the data. Clear? That is the classification of the data. So option number B will be the correct answer here. Clear? Option number B will be the correct answer here. Clear? Later on, as we are going forward, we are moving towards to numerical also. Clear? In the next session, we are covering only numericals of this chapter. So first of all, you have to aware regarding the theoretical based question also. Clear? As the trend going on, most of the theoretical question they will ask in the examination basically from the last 2 to 3 attempts. Clear? You will find that 80 to 85% paper it is theoretical based. Clear? So we have to prepare ourselves according to both the criteria. So whatever they will like, if they ask numerical, so we are able to solve that also, but we never have to ignore the theory. Clear? We never have to ignore the theory here. Now move to the next question, question number 7. Very, very important. Basically, we are knowing that basically in the weather forecasting, they will tell that tomorrow basically we'll do the rainfall or not. Clear? After 10 days, basically we'll do the rainfall or not. So which technique basically they are using here? Clear? Basically, which technique basically they are using here? That is techniques of the time series analysis, Bayesian decision theory, decision support system, regression techniques, and the time series analysis. Clear? Regression techniques and the time series analysis. Clear? So I will tell you here some other points. So like in the case of the weather forecasting, basically what they will use, regression techniques. Clear? Regression techniques and the time series analysis, basically it is to be used in the weather forecasting. Clear? It is to be used in the weather forecasting. That what is used, the regression techniques and the time series analysis. Next point which you have to note, that in the stock market, basically which statistical methods they are used, like the correlation and regression techniques, correlation, regression, and time series analysis. Basically are used for what? Basically for the analysis of the stock. Clear? Or for the forecasting stock prices. Clear? For the forecasting stock prices. So kindly remember that basically for the forecasting, either it is to weather forecasting or to be the forecasting of the stock prices. Clear? So what they will use? Regression techniques and the time series analysis. Clear? So kindly remember that. Okay. So next one under that also further, that is return and risk analysis. Clear? Return and risk analysis is used. Clear? Return and risk analysis is basically used in calculation of, is used basically in calculation of market and personal policies. Clear? Risk, return and risk analysis basically used in calculation of market and personal portfolios and mutual funds. Clear? In personal portfolios and mutual funds here. Clear? So all these things basically they will ask in the form of the question in the examination. Clear? So in the stock market, basically for the forecasting of the stock prices, basically which technique they are using here? Correlation, regression, or the time series analysis, basically they are to be using here. And for the return and risk analysis, basically it is used in the calculation of market and personal portfolios and the mutual funds. Clear? And the mutual funds. Further, there is one more question, that is credit policies in the banks. Clear? Credit policies in the banks. It is based on basically which theory? Clear? Credit policies, basically it is in the banks. It is based on the application of probability theory. Clear? It is based on the application of probability theory. Clear? Probability theory. So what I am writing here, these are the different parts of the question. Clear? These are the different parts of the question which you will get in the examination also. Clear? You will find that clear, that is if you are continuously attending many more questions, whatever we are discussing here directly, you will see that basically these are the similar type of questions. Clear? Not exactly same, like we can say that the content it is to be like what that. Clear? You will find in the examination also. Clear? Not exactly same wording I am saying that. So question number 8, that is the credit policies in a bank are based on the application of which theory or which technique? Correlation and regression techniques, Bayesian decision theory, probability theory, or the time series analysis. So please tell fast here. We have already discussed that point. So the credit policy basically in the banks. Please tell fast here. What will be the answer? Option number C will be the answer, that it will be based on the probability theory. Clear? That it will be continuously based or totally based on the probability theory here. Now move to the next point here. Clear? Now move to the next question or next point here. Question number 9. Which of the following? Clear? Question number 9. It is a little bit lengthier question as it seems that, but not typical. So what it says that which of the following it is an example of using statistical sampling. Clear? Statistical sampling. So let's discuss regarding the one by one. So statistical sampling basically will be looked upon by the courts as providing superior audit evidence. Clear? Basically will be used by the court as providing superior audit evidence. Second one, that is statistical sampling requires the auditor to make fewer judgmental decisions. Statistical sampling basically aids the auditor in evaluating the results. Statistical sampling basically it is more convenient to use than the non-statistical sampling. Clear? It is basically able to use basically than the non-statistical sampling here. So please tell fast here. What will be the correct answer? Please respond fast here. Basically, what will be the correct answer regarding that? So which of the following basically it is an example of the, we can say that it is an example of the statistical sampling here. The correct answer here, that is option number B will be the correct answer. That is the statistical sampling basically requires the auditor to make fewer judgmental decisions. Clear? To make fewer judgmental decisions. No need to worry regarding this question. We have to discuss in detail regarding all these types of the sampling techniques in the part 2. Clear? In the part 2. So here one question as student has doubt, sir. In this question, I will tell you, sir, what is the Bayesian decision theory? Clear? What is the Bayesian decision theory? So what is that? Basically, with the help of this theory, the businessman. Basically, with the help of this theory, basically the businessman can select. Clear? Basically, the businessman can select the optimal decisions. Clear? Basically, with the help of this theory, the businessman basically select the optimal decisions to directly evaluate, clear, to directly evaluate the payoff for each alternative course of action. Clear, the business can select, the businessman, not business, basically the businessman can select the optimal decision basically to directly evaluate the payoff for each alternative course of action. Clear, basically for each alternative course of action. Clear, so that is to be known as the Bayesian decision theory. Clear, that is basically Bayesian. From the word you can just relate that basically this is related to the businessman. Clear, basically the businessman basically can select the optimal decisions to directly evaluate the payoff for each alternative course of action here. Clear, for each alternative course of action here. Now we have to be moved to the next point. Next point, or we can say that the next question here. Question number 10. So what is say that very easy question, not that much typical. So a survey in which information it is collected from each and every individual of the population. Clear, basically a survey in which information basically it is collected from each and every individual of the population. So that is to be known as a sample survey, pilot survey, biased survey, or the census survey. So please tell fast what will be the answer here. Clear, so that survey basically it is to be known as, basically in that basically which we will get the information from each and every individual. Clear, basically from each and every individual basically we are getting the information. So that is to be known as to be here, that is sample survey, pilot survey, bias survey, census. Clear, so basically census, we know that basically that is calculation of the population. In that we are going to collect the data basically from each and every individual, clear, of the family. Clear, or even from the family basically we are getting the collect the data of all the members of that family. So that is to be known as the census survey here. Clear, so what will be the correct answer here? So option number D will be the correct answer. That is to be known as the census survey. Clear, this will be the correct answer here. That is the census survey. Now we have to move to the next question. I think we have to discuss two questions more. This we have already discussed in detail in the chapter number 3 also, along with the example. So what they are saying that basically there are following types of the class interval in a frequency distribution. Clear, so what is to be that type? Clear, so there are following types of the class interval in a frequency distribution. Clear, first one that is the exclusive type, second one that is the inclusive type, third one that is the internal type, fourth one that is the external type. Clear, so please tell fast what will be the answer. So that is to be exclusive type and the inclusive type. Clear, both are the class intervals in a frequency distribution, both A and B. Clear, so option number A will be the answer. So can anyone tell basically what is the example of the exclusive type? Like we can say that 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Okay, so like these types, these are to be the exclusive type. Clear, these are to be the exclusive type here. But we can say that basically 10 it is to be included under which class interval, under this or this. Clear, so 10 is to be included basically under this class interval. Clear, that this will be the answer here. So here what is the meaning of that? Basically here the upper limits of the classes, here the upper limits of the classes are excluded. Here the upper limits of the classes basically are excluded from the respective classes. Clear, basically from the respective classes, and put in the next class. Clear, and put in the next class while considering the frequency of the respective class. Clear, while considering the frequency of the respective class. So that is to be comes under the exclusive type. Second one that is the inclusive type, like we can say that 60 to 69, 70 to 79, 80 to 89. All are to be considered under the inclusive type. Clear, all are to be considered under the inclusive type. Okay. So these are the types of the we can say that class intervals in a frequency distribution data. Now we have to move towards the next question. So for a frequency distribution, the class mark is to be clear. So how we have to calculate the class mark basically for a frequency distribution? Clear? For a frequency distribution, class mark it is to be calculated as lower class limit plus upper class limit by 2. Clear? So how we can calculate the class mark? This is very, very important formula for the examination point of view. Clear? Definitely you will get question on the basis of that in the examination also. Clear? So what is the formula basically for that? Class mark it is equal to lower class limit plus upper class limit by 2. So option number B will be the answer, that is lower class limit plus upper class limit by 2. This will be the answer here of the class mark. Now move to the next question. So here they are asking basically in a grouped frequency data. Please tell fast what will be the answer here. In a grouped frequency data, class intervals are 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60. So what is the class width? Clear? So that is the class mark. Clear? So there is a difference. Clear? There is a difference between the class mark, that is lower class limit plus upper class limit by 2. So here they are asking what is the class width. So please tell fast what is the class width to be here. Class width basically it is equal to the upper limit minus lower limit. Clear? This will be the class width. So what is the upper limit? Here we can say that 60 minus 40, that is to be 20, or 40 minus 20, that is to be 20 also, or 20 minus 0, that is to be 20 also. Clear? So what is the class width here? That is option number C will be the answer here, that is to be 20. Clear? So class width here, that is to be 20 here. So option number C will be the correct answer here. Okay. Hope you are able to understand. Clear? What is the class width? Just the difference between these two. This is the lower limit. This is the upper limit. Clear? So the difference between the lower limit and the upper limit, that is to be the class width. So now there is one little bit lengthy question. It is say that, but very easy question. Clear? But very easy question. This question is to be sent by one of the student. So now let's try to understand what they are trying to say here. And you are also going to calculate one by one. So 1400 candidates were medically examined. Where 1400 candidates were medically examined in a fitness test. Clear? Basically 1400 students basically were medically examined in a fitness test. So further what they will happen? So I will write here total student, that is to be 1400. So out of which 21% were girls. Clear? If 21% were girls, so rest were boys. So 21% of 1400. That is to be comes out to be 1400. So 140 it is to be 10%. 20% it is to be 280. 1% here it is to be 14. So plus we have to add 1% also. Total 21% plus 14. For 294. Clear? So there are to be 294 girls here. If 300 girls, then 1100 boys. 294 girls, so 1106 boys are to be there. So basically up to this much point, we are able to find this much data, that is out of the 1400, there are 294 girls and 1106 boys are to be there. Further, what they are saying, that next point. So from the doctor's report, clear, basically from the doctor's report, they are saying that. So fit, unfit, clear, out of the girls, out of the boys, fit, unfit. So how many girls are to be unfit here? That is 294. Unfit, that is 104 are to be unfit. So what is to be considered under the fit category? 0, 9. So 190 girls are to be fit here as per the given information till now. And out of the boys, that is 1106. 396 are to be unfit. So if we are subtracting 396, it is to be 0, 1, 7. So 710 boys are to be fit here and 396 are to be unfit here. Okay. So now what are they saying there? Up to this much point we are getting. So 40% of the remaining males and 60% of the remaining females were in the good health. Clear? So basically how many females? That is 60%. So 60% of that. 19 into 6, simply we can say that. So 114. Okay. So 104 females are to be in the good health. And how many males are to 40% of the males? 40% of the males. So 71 into 4. 4, 7, 28. So 284 males are in the good health and 114 females are in the good health. So the rest were declared as temporarily unfit. Clear? The rest were declared as temporarily unfit. So the total number of males declared in temporary unfit. Clear? So these are the fit. Out of that, only these are in the health conditions. Clear? So rest are to be temporarily unfit. So 710, that is the fit. Out of that, healthy condition 24. Rest are temporarily unfit. That is to be 6, 2, 4. So that are to be 426. Clear? That are to be 426. So option number D will be the answer here. So that is the total number of males in the temporarily unfit condition. So option number D will be the answer here. Please tell fast if anyone has any doubt, any query regarding that. Please respond fast here if anyone has any doubt, any query regarding these points. Hope it is clear to all of you whatever we have discussed this question, also question number 14. As it seems to be lengthier here, clear, these types of questions you will like find that in the form of the case study also. Clear, in the form of the case study also, sometimes you will get these types of questions. Very easy question, just they have making, we can say that twisting the points in that. Clear, twisting the points in that. Any doubt, any query, any other point you want to ask, please ask fast here. In the next session, we will discuss part 2 of these MCQs. In that, most of the questions, basically, we can say that 50% theoretical based question and 50% basically numerical based question we have to be discussed in the next session. So thanks to all of you for joining this discussion.